All right. Okay, babe, are you ready?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, welcome everybody. My name is Rachel Garcia. This is my husband Javier, and today we're sharing with you some information about a company that somebody recommended that you take a look at this. So we're sharing some information about the company, our experience, why we think it's the best thing ever, and that everybody should seriously take a look at getting involved. But first, my husband's going to share a little bit about his skepticism in the beginning and what totally changed his mind about it. So this is my husband Javier. We've been married for 25 years. We have a 15-year-old child and an 18-year-old, two boys, 15 and 18 years old. And we found out about Pure 15 years ago when they were 9 months old and 3 years old.
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest with you. Hello, everyone. When we first started this business, I was not on board. Didn't believe in the business, and we were busy at the time. We had two different businesses, and ever since we started Pure, our this business has made more money than my construction business and our other business. And I just want to let you know that this is real, and we're basically so happy that you guys are able to take a look at this because it's changed our life. We're able to invest in with this business because of all the money we're making in real estate. So we're able to create more residual income from the income that we're making Pure. And the products have changed totally my life. I'm 51 years old, and I got my blood work done. I do it every year, and the doctor told me that you're just got perfect blood. And it's only as a result of the Pure products. I couldn't travel or live a day without the products because I'm full of energy. I always feel good. It's a good sense of well-being. So I just want to just let you know that this is like amazing business, and welcome to Pure. And I'm glad you guys take a serious look at this.
All right, babe. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Okay, so that was my husband's story. I hope you enjoyed that. I don't always bring him on, but I'm going to be walking you through in the next few minutes some information about this company that hopefully by the end of it, you'll be able to make an educated decision about whether or not you're interested in sharing this, getting involved in any way whatsoever. Okay, so the company's name is Pure. As I said, we got started in 2008. At the time, I was working full-time as a physician assistant. So I've been practicing medicine at that point about 10 years. And I thought I was really healthy. I mean, this girl on the left-hand side had a 9-month-old and a 3-year-old. And if someone asked me to take a look at health products, I'd be like, nope, got it under control. And that was because my nephew had just been diagnosed with severe autism that summer. I had done a lot of research on autism. The doctor told us that he would never speak, that he would never have more than the mind of a 3-year-old, which was mind-blowing to me. I have a master's degree in research. I'd never learned about autism in medical school. And so I did a bunch of research and learned that nutrition is really important. So at this stage, when I'm looking like this, I was consuming I was doing a lot of juicing. I was buying the most expensive supplements because I learned that nutrition is so important. My brothers asked me to take a look at this at a video very similar to this, what you're watching now. And within minutes, I recognized they're talking about all the things I learned when I was researching autism. We have to get the toxins out. We have to pour the plant-based nutrition in. Then I learned they've been using it in a clinical practice with patients for 30 years. And I'm like, long time. I can't out-research that. I called them in the morning. I said, give me everything. I'd compared a few of their products to what I was already using. It was better than what I was using. And I said, give me all of it. Expected no results because whoever sees results with supplementation, no one. And 3 months later, I had lost 32 pounds and everyone was asking what I was doing. My son's horrible constipation issues left in a week. My sleep issues were gone in a week. You just met Javier. This was Javier in his 30s. And literally, again, 3 months later, tremendous amount of weight loss. But that wasn't the big thing for me with Javier. Javier was really struggling with anger and depression issues. And it was bad. And we were just going through 2008, 2009 is when the market was crashing. His construction company was failing. We actually had started 2 businesses in 2008, a construction company and a skincare retail store. And we're working all the time. And that business was starting, the construction business was not doing well. And it was affecting his emotions and his mental state. And so 6 weeks in, you guys, depression and anger issues gone. Financial issues had not changed at all. Those other issues were gone. And that was a marriage saver. As I said, we've now been married 25 years and we can look back to that time frame and say, that is when the atmosphere in our house changed. Then my nephew started speaking. We were told he was seriously autistic, that he would be nonverbal his whole life. Started speaking 3 months after using the system I'm about to share with you. And he just graduated from the same high school I graduated from. life-changing. When Bo started speaking, I said, hold on, what is this stuff? I have to start sharing it with others. I have to learn more and share it with others. So I'm going to tell you right now, people are attracted to this for two different reasons. Some are looking for an improvement in their health. Some are looking for an improvement in their finances. I was attracted to the health aspect. The financial impact that it had on our lives made us very, very aware of the power of this profession, of the power of word of mouth and of sharing information about something that we believe in. And I don't know about you guys, but if you're on Amazon, if you're on TikTok, if you're on Instagram, you see lots of people sharing products and selling products via links on these sites. Well, this is kind of like that. In fact, we have this whole affiliate angle for anybody who's looking to do that. But in the beginning, I just shared it with people that were in my life. Like, I thought if I could affect one family who struggled with autism every year, just by making a phone call a day and inviting people to take a look. I was one of the last people on social media, by the way, in any way whatsoever. But I thought if I can change one autistic family a year, it's worth me sharing it every day. And that's what I did. And like Javier said, the checks started to come in and they began to really surpass what I was making in my skincare store, what he was doing in his construction company. It kept us afloat during that 2010, 2011 horrible time frame in our country's economy. And that was really when we recognized the power of what we have here. And so people will say all the time, well, what makes this different from all the other companies out there? My sister's selling some shakes in some company. My brother's selling some oils. So-and-so is selling gummies. Well, first, it's for everyone. It's not just for the women. It's not just for the runners. It is a product that is for everybody with a body. And if you're going to start a company, you want it to be something that has a product or a service that's for everyone, 100% of the demographic. That's what we have here. Everyone with a body sooner or later recognizes if you do not take care of your house, you're in trouble. Okay. And so I'm just going to tell you right now, this is what you need to be putting in your house every single day. It's a consumable product. If you're going to start a company, a business, you want it to be something that is consistently used by your consumers, not used once, like Cutco knives or a vacuum cleaner that you buy once. It's something that's repeatedly purchased. Just this morning, my husband said before he came up here, we're out of the Energize. We're about to run out of the greens. Like, we are constantly using these products. That makes a good business, smart business. Okay. I'm talking smart right now, guys. It's, for me, the real reason it stands out from everybody else is products work. You just said he was in the Coast Guard. He goes and gets his military blood work done with the VA every single year. Every single year, they're like, we don't understand how your blood work is so good at 51 years old. It is results are what make us different. If you can't tell when you take your supplementation and you can't tell when you don't, you should switch. If your blood work does not reflect the fact that you're putting good nutrition in your body, you should switch. You should consider switching. And we offer a 30-day guarantee. I'm going to tell you one of the other reasons we're so powerful. We're a 15-year-old company. Just so you know, companies start every single day, hundreds of them every single day. Less than 2% of them make it past the 5-year mark of business. I have watched people jump from company to company to company as they start and then they go under, and they start and then they go under. So they're basically resetting themselves every couple of years. This company is 15 years old. We are totally debt-free, profitable, increasing every single month, and less than 100,000 Americans even know that we exist. This is the kind of company that you can put your time into and know that it's going forward and you're going to continue to make money going forward. Now, if you start to question the business model, just so you know, some of the most brilliant minds of our time, including Warren Buffett, Tony Robbins, Richard Branson, have gone on record saying this specific business model is one of the best ways for people to get started in the business world, for people to create additional streams of income. And for us, and for many people that I work with, it's been an additional stream of income that they've then used to create other streams of income. See, I started a skincare retail store in 2008. My husband opened a construction company in 2008. At the time, we both worked full-time as employees, but I worked all the time. I never saw my kids. They were calling our nanny mom, and I'd be in the OR cutting cancers out of people, thinking on a Friday, while they're sending me pictures at the lake feeding ducks and thinking, oh my gosh, is this how it's always going to be? Am I never going to see my kids on Fridays? Am I going to miss all the school field trips? It can't be this way. So I read Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and it got me thinking, I've got to make a jump. I've got to do something different. And so I jumped into the skincare retail store, $50,000. We jumped into the construction company, $50,000. I stumbled into this business thinking I was doing my brothers a favor by watching that video. I read the book, The Business of the 21st Century in 2010 and realized I'd stumbled into the best business model available that is promoted by some of the wealthiest men of our time. It allows you to leverage your time. It allows you to stop trading your hours for dollars at your job and make money while you sleep. See, how the company started attracted me. It was started in a clinical practice with doctors recommending to their patients this cleanse, balance, build system I'm going to be telling you about. And the word traveled so fast that there was a 3-year waiting list for people to get in the clinic. And they said, you know what, we're going to start a company. We're going to start a company, but the only way that people can get access to it is right now coming in to see us. We're going to make it so it's available word of mouth. All right. So if somebody talks about it, instead of paying for a marketing firm to do billboards and commercials and radio ads, we're just going to pay people a commission for everybody they send to get on this cleanse, balance, build system. And that's how this started 15 years ago. And I was blessed enough to find out about it from somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody. They told me, and I saw it and said, I'm using this. Why do I think it works so well? After 20 years of practicing medicine and 15 years of being involved with this company, I believe we are all, those of us that struggle with disease and infection in the United States, which is a huge amount of us, by the way, whichever disease or infection we're talking about, whether we're talking about things like focus, common colds, mono, shingles, chickenpox, whatever, dementia, ADHD, all of the things we struggle with, heart disease, high blood pressure, cholesterol, pre-diabetic, diabetic, libido issues, sleep issues, the result of these 3 things, guys. Hands down, we're toxic. We're toxic because we're drinking out of plastic water bottles. We're putting food in Tupperware containers and sticking it in a microwave. If you're not doing it now, you did it before. Our food is being sprayed by chemicals with guys who wear hazmat suits and gas masks while they're doing it, and we're eating it. Our cancer rates are skyrocketing, and we wonder why we're so sick. We're out of balance. I often talk about the fact that sitting is the new smoking. We stare at these phones all day long. Okay, we're also not getting enough sleep. We're not getting enough exercise. But I also like to talk about the acidic alkaline balance. Multiple studies have been published showing those who consume a plant-based diet are less acidic and less prone to disease and infection than those who consume meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, and bread all day long and in excessive quantities when compared to how much plants they're consuming. I'm going to show you how to get more plants in the morning, 30 seconds in your body than most Americans get in a week. And we're undernourished. Extremely undernourished. Our food supply is not delivering the same nutrition that it did in the 60s. And we're eating fast food, and we're eating processed, packaged, pasteurized food. Go to a local lunchroom and see what the kids are eating. Gummy bears, Oreos, Doritos, Lunchables, sodas. And the journals are showing it, as this Journal of Nutrition study showed. And we're all trying to supplement. I mean, prior to the pandemic, smaller amount of people were supplementing. Since the pandemic, everyone is supplementing, right? They all went and did their research. They're Googling warriors, looking up, oh, how can I prevent the virus? So you've all got your vitamin C and your vitamin D and your selenium and your quercetin, you know, and if you struggle with something, you look it up. My allergy meds aren't working anymore. What should I do? Or you go into the health food store and say to the guy, hey, my allergy meds aren't working anymore. I've been diagnosed with high blood pressure, but I don't want to take their meds. What do you recommend? He makes minimum wage at a health food store. Don't ask him. Okay, but that's what we do. We're Google warriors, or we're asking the people at the health food store. So we have cabinets that look like this, having all these supplemental medications that we don't travel with, and we can't tell when we take them, and we can't tell when we don't. You know that when you Google alternative sources of vitamin C, whatever pops up first, they just paid a lot of money to get their ads to pop up first. You know that, right? We can't eat our way out of this problem. We've known it since 2010. When studies were done showing you have to eat 8 oranges, 80 cups of spinach, 99 ears of corn, and 2 cups of wheat to get the same amount of nutrition that our grandparents got from one of each of those things. No good, guys. So here's the answer: cleanse, balance, and build. This is the company's philosophy. We have to cleanse our bodies of the toxins we've been consuming our whole lives. We have 7 channels that we eliminate through. I'll dive into the medical side of this, the nutrition side, the health side of this a little bit. Because of my background as a PA, I will tell you, we have 7 eliminatory channels: your lungs, your liver, your skin, your lymphatic system, kidneys, blood, and intestines. If you're in septic shock, you go to the ER, they're drawing your blood, checking all of those things. What's backed up? What's messed up? Do you have bad kidney function tests? Do you have bad liver function tests? Do you not sweat when you work out? You're backed up with toxins, guys. Women are shaving the armpits and then putting the aluminum deodorant under your arms. Wonder why breast cancer rates are skyrocketing. Like, we have to cleanse. Okay, cleanse all 7 eliminatory channels. It's like taking your car in for an oil change every 10,000 miles. If you don't do it, the car's lights are going off because the car manufacturer knows that car is not going to make it 200,000 miles. And they don't just pour new oil on top of the old sludge. They get the old sludge out and then they pour new oil in. Okay, so we spend more money servicing our cars. I just took my car in. It was $6,000 to service it. I needed new brakes. I needed new tires at the 30,000 mile mark, and I needed the whole servicing. We spend more money on our cars and our air conditioning units and our phones than we do this #1 asset that we live in that's irreplaceable. Why do we do that? Because this sucker's strong, because you can push it to the limit. You can go hours without eating. You can go hours without drinking water. You can go days without drinking water, just drinking Cokes and sodas and Red Bulls. And it acts okay for a while, but it gives you symptoms. Symptoms like you're not sleeping, symptoms like you're not pooping, symptoms like you're tired in the morning, so you need another Red Bull or another cup of coffee. There's symptoms. Your hair starts falling out, you're fatigued, your skin's dry. You go into the doctor, you're servicing, they check your blood work. They're like, oh, your kidney function check, your kidney levels are high. We don't know why. Your liver function tests are high. Why? What are you taking? You take a lot of Advil? Oh yeah, I pop Advil all day long. Well, that's why your kidney function tests are high. So you go in and do a servicing at the doctor and they give you some prescriptions. That's not a servicing, guys. That's a Band-Aid. The servicing is cleansing the toxins out, balancing out your pH by pouring plant-based nutrition in. Your trillions of cells are screaming for living food nutrition. And that's what we're going to give you. And that's what allows your body to work. And if you're pouring nutrition in, but you're not cleansing the old junk out, you can't even absorb it. We have multiple doctors on our advisory panel. We have doctors who are recommending this to their patients. Why? Because they know prevention is better than prescription. Anyone who's been practicing medicine for over 20 years knows there was a change that's happened in the last 20 years. And if you have not read the book, The Truth About Cancer, you will understand why more prescriptions are written. I wrote 200 prescriptions a day at the height of my career. You'll understand why that's happening in the medical world rather than them teaching you how this amazing machine works. And I'm going to tell you, whatever's in your genetic pipeline, what are your parents struggling with? Dementia, Alzheimer's, heart disease, Parkinson's, coming down the pipeline to you. It hits you faster, it's going to hit your kids even faster unless you do something about it. Okay? We have the answer. We have over 50 products in this company. I do not have time to go through all of them. There are videos that you can watch on all of them. I'm going to talk to you about our starter package. It's a 30-day servicing for under $10 a day that gets the junk out of your body and pours nutrition in. When people consume these 7 products every day for 30 days in the Core Plus, these are the 6 things that typically happen. And these are enough to make you go, I feel different. And then when you stop it and they come back, you go, well, that definitely made a change. For me, for sleep was huge. Better sleep is one of the things. I couldn't sleep. I would lay down at night. I would close my eyes. I would go to sleep and then I'd wake up and my mind would race all night long. I was running 2 businesses and a full-time career and had 2 kids. I thought that was normal. It's not normal for your mind to race all night. More energy. Well, because I didn't sleep, I was caffeinating myself all day long. My hands were jittery. I was crashing in the afternoon. Within a week, I was no longer needing the caffeine. I was getting good sleep at night. And now I'm feeling amazing all day long with no need for afternoon pick-me-ups. Pain reduction. Now, when I first started with this, I was in my mid-30s. Pain was not really an issue for me, but my gosh, do we hear from people every day, whether they're struggling with plantar fasciitis, carpal tunnel syndrome, not able to open a ketchup bottle, hip pain from walking. We hear all the time that within 30 days, the pain is reduced. Better bowel habits. Whether you go too much or too little, I can talk for an hour about why the bowel habits are so bad in this country. Basically, we don't consume enough fiber. We all have leaky gut because of the toxins we're consuming. Whether it's IBS, Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, diverticulitis, diverticulosis, constipation, I could go on forever. We get those bowels working. Better mood. You don't notice it, but everyone around you does. My husband struggled with mood big time. In 6 weeks, I totally noticed his mood had changed. There were no more crazy highs and lows. He was even keeled. Marriage saving. My boys have never seen their dad the way I did the first 10 years of our marriage. It makes them think of their dad very differently than they would have if we'd never found this. Weight loss. Lost pounds my first month, huge, but enough to go, that's interesting. I lost 29 pounds over the next 2 months. My husband lost over 20 pounds as well. Weight loss that first month is typical. And this typically happens in a month. Now, what happens is people start to run out, maybe 5, 6 weeks in, and they figure out what products do I love and I cannot live without. And then they reorder. And usually most people go forward with 2 to 3 products that they love. Whatever vitamins they're buying over the counter, or they're buying from here or there right now, they typically end up replacing those things and feeling good about their replacement because they can literally tell when they take it. You should be supplementing every month, guys. You should be taking a couple of omega-3s, vitamins. There's some things you should be taking every single month. If you're popping Advil and Tylenol every day, look at taking an essential mineral that decreases your inflammation that we have in our Core Plus. All right, won't work if you take it by itself 9 times out of 10, but you put it in with a system, works tremendously, and then you can go forward with it by itself. Okay, so we've got to cleanse, balance, and build. I'm not here for the 6 things that happen in 30 days. I'm here for what happens, and the doctors are here for what happens in months 3, 4, 5. We see the blood work. We see stuff we've never seen with medications before. The Core Complete, I recommend for anyone over 40 or anyone who's on multiple prescription medications. Okay, if you're over 40, you're toxic, you're lacking in nutrition. These have been used for thousands of years in the areas where they're grown. They're wildly harvested. They've been studied in the US and clinically documented as very powerful superfruits for the last 3 to 4 decades. Okay, so whether you struggle with reflux, inflammation, pain, asthma, eczema, allergies, libido, diabetes, these should be added on, and that's called the Core Complete. The Core Plus with the 7 products, the Core Complete with the super fruits. Again, Core Plus less than $10 a day. Okay, and the other one is about $15 a day for a 30-day servicing. Going forward, you'll probably find 2 to 3 that you love. Now, people say all the time, oh, my kids won't take this. Oh, I don't know how you can get this in your body every single day. I think it's too much. No, my kids have been doing it since they were teens. Not teens. They're teens now, since they were toddlers. Shots every morning. Now we do smoothies and shots. I have one that's about to go away to college. He's going to be getting it and taking it while he's there. They now educate on the sports line as well, because my boys have had radical changes faster than all of their peers in the gym during these teenage years of boys. And all the friends say, what are you taking? How did you get that? So whether we're talking about smoothies or we're talking about shots, less than 30 seconds in the morning. So if you have kids that are looking to grow their muscles, this is a great place to start. We teach you how to do the smoothies. We have educational webinars and videos walking you through exactly how to take it, exactly how to get it in your kids. And all of that is on this website, purelifechangers.com. So you can go there to learn more. Okay, if you're looking to lose weight, we have a metabolic reset system. Most people over 40 don't eat often enough, don't eat enough protein. And so what we do is cleanse, balance, build with those main products I just talked to you about, add on some fat burners, some metabolism boosters, and we watch the weight fall off in 6 weeks. We watch the blood sugar numbers regulate. We watch the blood pressure go down. And so the metabolic reset is something you'll want to make note of if you know you eat too much, drink too much, and you're ready for a massive change. The Sensia is one of my favorite products. I used to own a skincare retail store. This is straight from Korea. It's all plant-based. It has the EWG approval for the ingredients in our products, and it gives that glass-like appearance. Okay, listen, I have people that I'm working with who sell millions of dollars of makeup on their Instagram and TikTok channels. Okay, they are 6-figure a month earners in these companies. And they found our Sensia that is quite affordable when compared to some of the most expensive skincare out there, that gives results like this within 15 days, seeing 95% of people see results. And they said, I'm in, and started to sell it to their clients as well. Why in the world would people who actually have free skincare sent to them from other companies trying to get them to promote stuff in other companies be promoting this? Because as you can see from my friend Colette, the dark lines, the dark spots that are reduced in 6 weeks, the fine lines that are reduced in 6 weeks, the pores that are gone in 6 weeks. So not only do we have amazing cleanse, balance, build products that change you from the inside out, we also have amazing skincare. Okay. Our website, Changing Lives with Pure. Some of you are watching this on there right now. You can use the search box to type in migraines, type in ADHD, type in blood pressure, and pull up the thousands of testimonies that have been posted by our now over 12,000 members who share their testimonies daily. If you're not in the group, ask to be added to the group. You have to be a friend of mine or someone I know to get into it. I started out wanting to change people's health. I started out wanting to share this because my nephew started speaking. My husband's issues disappeared of depression and anger. My son's constipation, my sleep, my weight loss. And this is what I found. A lot of times I sat with people and they said, this sounds really great, but I can't afford it. I can't afford $289 to service my body. Over and over and over again, I heard it. And you guys, it made my heart hurt. Number one, you only get one body. If you can't afford to take care of your body, you're going to pay for it later in life. I'm telling you, you will. Okay. But also, whether you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and you can't afford $289, we have a serious problem. And so I've helped thousands of people create weekly checks. I mean, weekly checks that you get every single week that add money to your bank account. That's not difficult for me, but I'm literally looking to radically change 100 people's lives. Why this number right here, 10,000 per week for 100 people? Why am I looking for that? Because those 100 people are then going to go on and change millions of lives with me. And so I'm looking for 100 people who want to be life changers, who are looking to change other people's futures while they're changing their own bank account. That is what this is all about for me. This is the future, guys. It's not going anywhere. We've all seen our favorite retail stores go under. Everybody's buying online and everybody is focusing on their body. At some point or another in their life, they recognize what I put into this amazing machine really matters. Okay. And if you're going to spend money to put stuff into this amazing machine, you better make sure it works. We offer a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. You go to Whole Foods and buy some vitamin C and selenium, and 2 weeks later, you're like, I don't like it. It gives me an upset stomach. Too bad. You bought it. You keep it. livepure.com, guys. Go there right now. Throw into the cart what you want. I started with the family package because it included $1,500 worth of free products, and I wanted to service my whole family, not just me. And I started with the family package. I'm so glad I did, because if I just gotten the Core Plus, I would not have shared with my husband. I would not have shared with my sister. I would have been like, it's just for me. And I would have had my sleep issues go away and my constipation issues go away, and I would have lost 3 pounds that first month. But I don't know if I'd be here today. I'm here because of my husband's results, because of my nephew's results, because I had all the products to share with them. I got the family pack because I loved my family and I wanted to service all of us. I watched with my nephew's diagnosis of autism how important nutrition was. And I love my family. Don't you love your family? Like, I wanted us to be healthy and not worry about future health issues. So throw what you want into the cart. When you go to checkout, it's going to say, do you want to be a preferred customer? Yes. 25% off. You can get all the products for 25% off. No membership fee. So it's like Costco or Amazon, but with no membership fee. No requirement to ever do anything else. 93% chance that you will repurchase. Yeah, you heard me. 93 out of 100 people who start with our Core Plus just choose to repurchase something going forward because they can tell that it works for them. If you're sitting here thinking, I can't afford $289, I know people who need to hear this. Yes, I've been looking for a way to create an additional stream of income with a system that's simple and easy, and I just plug into it and do it 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. You need to look at being a brand partner. It's $49 to be a brand partner. Now, the other thing that makes Pure really different, guys, is I've been doing this 15 years. The first 7, 8 years in this company, yeah, I knocked it out of the park. I made a lot of money. I earned a lot of free trips with this company. But after the 3rd, 4th, 5th trip by myself with just my husband and I started to feel like shame on me. Yes, I'm walking around selling this to people, but I'm not helping anybody else earn checks. I'm not helping anybody else earn trips. So I worked and worked and worked to figure out, how can I help everyone? How can I help Miss Betty, who she couldn't even get to the mailbox every day because she was so tired and fatigued and so much pain. And within 3 weeks on the products, the Core Complete, she's now going to the mailbox. She's walking around the block twice a day. And then she starts sharing it with others. She shared it with her neighbor, Fred, who was on the verge of a knee replacement, and her neighbor, Mrs. Smith, who couldn't remember her grandkids' names. And so Miss Betty went from being one of my customers. Okay, so I benefited from Miss Betty's orders because the company's giving me a little bit of money every time Miss Betty orders, to then Miss Betty becomes a brand partner. She shares videos with Fred and with Mrs. Smith. And then 3 weeks later, she's earned checks from their orders. Never even met them. It's just sharing videos. And I all of a sudden realized, this is how I help Miss Betty. We have thousands of hours of videos. We have training, teaches you how to do this in 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. And maybe you're like my friend Kristen, who made tremendous income. Okay, she was the main breadwinner for their family for many years. Typically, it's the man. In this case, Kristen was out of the house over 150 nights of the year. Skip was raising the girls. Kristen missed the elementary school years, the middle school years. And she finally said, as they were going into high school, I've had enough. I want to be with my kids. I don't know how I'm going to make money, but I'm going to walk away. She watched a presentation like this and said, this sounds like it might be for us. Skip watched the presentation and said, I'm all in. Do you know why he said that? Because Skip used to work with Phil Knight. He is one of our investors. Yep, he's one of the wealthiest men in the world. I think it's the 34th wealthiest man in the world. He's a billionaire. Started the company with big swoosh symbol on it. And Skip was one of his first Nike dealers when he owned a sports retail store. He said, everything that man touches turns to gold. I'm in. If he's involved with this, I'm partnering. So Kristen took a jump and she decided to start sharing this. And she was so coachable and she did everything I told her to do. And she just invited people to presentations. And then when they had questions, she connected them back to me. And she is now my top leader. She has now helped thousands of lives. She has more people going on trips than anybody else in our entire company. And she earned just in that first week, 30,000. Now, she's totally replaced what she made working out of her house half the year. And she was able to get the last 4 years that her girls were in high school back. And I get emotional because I know those girls personally, and she had that time with her kids that she would not have had if she continued going down that corporate track. One of the first people she helped was Cozy. Cozy was a single mom at the time. Her husband had just died of cancer. She was raising 4 kids by herself. Cozy made $32,000 in 12 weeks by following our simple system, sharing a video. When they asked questions, she plugged them back into Kristen or me. That is how simple this is. We can spread it out even further. Like, can I make 6 figures in this? You can make whatever you want. Lindley and David sat down one afternoon. They called 50 people and invited them to watch a presentation like this. 20 people got on, 13 ordered, 10 came in with just the core plus, get products, 3 came in for the business. One of the 3 was Kristen. Lindley found another person who began to start to build the business. And as a result, they made $102,000 in 6 months because the company says, thank you so much, Lindley, for sitting down and calling those 50 people. Rachel didn't know them. She couldn't call them, but you did. And as a result, we're going to pay you. She makes weekly checks and earns all of the company's trips and has more than replaced what she made in her corporate job. Josh and Ashley were $30,000 in debt. They saw it. They decided to take their mortgage payment that month and buy the big package. Got that investment back just by Josh sitting down and making phone calls and inviting people to take a look. Got that investment back within a day and then went on to make $30,000 in their first 5 weeks. They then took, after they paid off their debt, took the pure money they were making, invested in real estate. They now have 12 income producing properties in addition to the checks that they still get from Pure every single week. Most people don't do this, guys. I'm giving you unique stories. I'm telling you, I don't know who you know if you sit down and call 50 people. You might have to call 250 people because I don't know. You have not done as well with your integrity in your relationships. I don't know if you're going to say what we tell you to say when you call them, but I'm telling you, the sky is the limit. Maybe you want to do the affiliate program. Maybe you want to just build customers online or in your neighborhood. If you have 20 customers who order 3 products a month, let me tell you, 93 out of 100 repurchase, you'll make $1,000 a month. $1,000 a month is life-changing for most Americans. But if you begin to share this, and people began to say, I want to join your team. I want to share this with others. I'm going to tell you, you're going to wake up and you're going to have team members all over the world. We're in Australia. We're in New Zealand. We're in Korea. We're in Canada. You can build this thing all over the world. And that's what started to happen for me. And so it was kind of like I used to think about buying vending machines when I was in the OR all day long. Like, what if I put vending machines on I-95? I mean, I just buy them, I fill them, sit them on I-95 with death, Cheetos and Pepsi and Oreos. And then we go refill them. How hard can that be? Maybe I'll do that. Well, now this is like I'm a vending machine, right? So if anybody buys from me, from my site, I don't have to go refill it. They just go to my website and they buy it. I get checks every time somebody does that. And that's kind of how it started for me. And I got lots of accolades for being a really good seller. Then as I began to duplicate teams, it was like my vending machines duplicated overnight. It was like going to bed with 2 and waking up with 4 and 6 and 9 and 10 because they were watching my videos and watching the training while I'm sleeping. I'm like, now we're the largest producing team in the company. We help the most people earn checks. We grow that. We enroll the most people. We sell the most product. We help the most people earn trips. The last 3 trips that the company has done, and I'm going to tell you more about that in just a minute. The next one's to Greece. 98% of the people going on the trips are following this system that I'm teaching you. I also like to think of it like this, and I'm going to address the elephant in the room. Okay. I want you to know timing is key. Whoever invited you is only building 2 teams. They're building a left team and a right team. And the first 2 people that join them get those left and right spots, like Kara and Jen did in this picture. The next people that come in go on the teams of Kara and Jen. Whether Kara and Jen do anything or not, they're going to benefit. A savings account is going to be built for them from Beth's orders, Leah's orders, Brenda's orders. See, I just kept telling people. The first 2 people that came in to partner with me as a team, they didn't even do anything for a year, but I built them this massive savings account. So if they ever choose to log back in and plug into the system that's there waiting for them, they will start to cash in on this hundreds of thousands of dollars bank account that I built for them. So whoever invited you today, I would encourage you, make your decision quickly, okay? Because timing matters. You'd rather be Jen, who's benefiting from Linda, Jason, and Steven, than Jason, who's hoping to benefit Jen. I'm telling you, get started as soon as you can. There's no cap to what you can make here. I was looking up side gig on TikTok yesterday and Instagram, and there's all these things you can do to make money on the side. Here's the difference. I've been doing this 15 years. I'm not going anywhere. We partner with you to help you do what we've done. Whether or not you do it, I have no control over that. Whether or not you make the calls, I have no control over that. You don't have to present. All you have to do is call and invite people. People choose not to call. They share, they text and they instant message and they email to try to get people to take a look. Doesn't work as well as calls. But there's no cap to what you can earn. There's nowhere else that you can make more than doctors and lawyers make and never have gone to high school or never graduated high school and not have gone to college. There's nowhere else. I have a friend who makes over 6 figures a month in this industry selling makeup. And she says, I make more money than doctors and lawyers and I didn't go to college. Where else can you do that? Now, there's lots of places that claim you can do it. And those places are usually gone in 2 to 3 years. We're 15 years old, guys. $49 to enroll and get your business. $49. It's waived if you're military or you start with one of our business packs. Your monthly overhead is 3 products a month. And if you can't afford those, it's about $130. Aunt Betty orders 3 products a month and she's a customer of yours. Your monthly overhead is waived. This made me think it wasn't real. My monthly overhead for my skincare store was a couple thousand a month. It cost me less than my monthly overhead in my skincare store to get started in this business. So when my CPA said, well, what's this investment? Can we write this off? I was like, oh no, it's just a bunch of food. We bought it, we ate it already. I thought of it as the investment as eating my food, my supplements. And he said, I think that's a business. Send me the stuff. Let me look at it. Sure enough, we were able to write off our investment. And he said to me, I think this might be the best business you've ever started. I was like, businesses were $50,000 to get started in. It's when the most you can spend to start is $2,500 and you're telling me it's the best business I ever, and I ate it like it's the best business I ever got started in, whatever. Tip, don't argue with the person who sees everybody's bank accounts. He knows how everybody makes money. Don't argue with him. He was right. Then you go place your first order. Order whatever you want. You can start with the Core Plus. I'm going to say that loudly on this screen. You can start with the Core Plus. I started with the family package. If you're looking to start a business, start with the family package. It services your whole family. It gets you into the special bonuses that the company has on the table right now, which means you get paid more for your efforts. So basically, you have somebody who doesn't do the family package. You have somebody who does do the family package. They both plug into our system. They both start inviting people. They both sign up the same amount of people. The one who came with the family package is going to make more because you're into all these extra bonuses. But the one who comes with the family package is also on my VIP team. I have special calls every week for the VIPs. We have special Q&A sessions. We have special leadership retreats specifically for you. You get into our special VIP site where you can schedule mentoring, coaching, and launches and connects for your people through the VIP site. If you're looking for that hand holding, you can still get the training the other way to get special attention if you're a VIP. So I would say if you're looking for that, you know you're ready to do something 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week at minimum. See, that's where most people fail. They say, where do people fail? They're not consistent. They don't do it 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. They do it 30 minutes a day for 3 days, and then they take off for the next 3 weeks. I have teen boys. If one of them worked at Target and he worked for 3 days and then he took off for 3 weeks and he said, Mom, I don't understand why I'm not making any money. I'd be like, what the heck is wrong with you? You're not working. Okay. So problem number 1, they're not consistent. Problem number 2, they're consistent doing the wrong activities. They're doing what their sister who sells Melaleuca does. They're doing what their mom who sells oils does, who doesn't make a quarter of what I make. Okay. So you have in your hands someone very successful that people will pay thousands of dollars to coach them, giving you coaching for free if you get into the VIP program. But you can start anywhere you want. Let me be clear. You can start with the Reset. You can start with Core. You can start with the $289 Core Plus. But you won't get the VIP coaching, which is fine. Can I buy the family package later, Rachel? I can't afford it right now. Can I start with the Core Plus, plug into your system, start inviting people, make my money so I can then invest in the family package? Absolutely. You can get into the VIP program at any time. How do I make my money? You start inviting. If you come with the family package and 4 people come with the family package underneath you, you'll have more than made your money back. And now you're in the positive. And now they're plugged into my system, whether you are or not, they're plugged into my system and they're beginning to work with me and our leaders and create an income source. your vending machines have duplicated. So livepure.com, guys. Go there, throw into the cart whatever you want at checkout, choose to be a preferred customer. And then on the next page, it will ask you, do you want to be a brand partner? Yes. If you're looking to make money, yes, you do. You like free trips? You guys, we helped over 50 people earn the trip to Sorrento, Italy. That building on the top up there, it's the only 5-star resort in the area. Our company leased it out for the week and we were all in it. Okay. Now, Greece is our next one. We're going to September. These are the people on my team that have earned it. Colette, she is my social media influencer who earned this trip in less than a month. My friends Esther and Wally up in New Jersey. Esther happens to be a dietitian. She earned one of my very first teams to go with me to Bora Bora a few years ago, and has earned every trip since. Billy and Patsy Harden, they are here in Jacksonville, Florida, and are huge givers and started in this business for the potential to make additional income. Not only do they make income, but they earn trips around the world with us. Jen Von Hagen just got started with us about 2 years ago. She used to own her own marketing business, was tired of having to pay the salaries for the employees, was tired of always giving up her own paycheck to pay her employees, and found a way to create income and stop trading her hours for dollars. Susie and Clay Bentley have an amazing testimony of Clay's weight loss that was tremendous in his first 3 months here. They have built their whole business on social media, literally just going on live and telling their friends. Dr. Penny Weeks is our family dentist for years. She had a radical change in her health within 2 weeks of getting started on Pure, and she searched me out. She searched me out and said, I want to know more about your company. I want to get involved. Within 3 weeks of starting on Pure, she bought 4 family packages for everybody in her office. And now you cannot get your teeth cleaned there without hearing about the Core Plus. David and Lily Paskey, as I said, sat down and called 50 people 3 hours on one Sunday afternoon, and their lives were changed as a result of that afternoon. I'm going live again this Saturday at 8 p.m., by the way. Doctors Lola and Benga Adebanjo are in Memphis, Tennessee. They have a medical practice that the two of them run. You cannot be seen in there without hearing about Pure. They're also on our wellness advisory board, and they also have earned the trip to Greece and the previous trip to Italy. Justin and Francis are new to our team. Look at all the boys these guys have. They have 5 kids. Justin was recently diagnosed with MS. And they got involved with Pure for 2 reasons, the business and the health aspect. Justin will be speaking on our call this Thursday night. You can hear his story. Allison got involved with us less than a year ago. She was looking for a company that would clean you from the inside out. She only builds on social media, and she also earned the trip to Greece. Dr. Tara Moore, pharmacist in Tennessee, jumped on board and was burned by corporate America, let me say it that way, and found a way to really help people, which so many people in the medical world are looking to do just by sharing this with others. And then we have Dr. Osnubi and her husband, who have earned every trip with us, also a practicing physician who jumped on board to change people's health and then found the side benefit of free trips and income. Tammy and Randy Jones run an eye clinic up in Tennessee and have earned every trip that we offer. And you cannot get your eyes examined in her office without hearing about our amazing products, because she's literally seen the difference behind the microscope from people who take it and those who don't. You've heard Kristen and Skip's story. Many of the people I've just talked about are on her team, including Don and Mike Hammond, brand new to our team. I think he's the voice of the University of Tennessee girls, the radio host. Anyways, they've earned the trip to Greece and have an amazing testimony as well. Janelle and Darren run a nonprofit called Love Justice International, which is all about stopping kids from being sex trafficked. They partnered with us. They live in Colorado. I told someone who 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 told them. And they saw immediately what we had. They partnered with us and they have earned the trip to Greece. Jenny and Andy Wetzel also just locked in the trip to Greece. They're from Tennessee. Jenny is a school teacher. She has an amazing health story of how she could not eat or drink until 1 o'clock in the afternoon, because if she did while she was at school, she would have to go to the bathroom for hours on end, and she couldn't afford that with her job. So it's not all healthcare providers, guys. It's teachers. It's people who run businesses. It's Monique, who runs a hair salon in Tallahassee, Florida, one of the most popular hair salons in Florida. And she saw what we had, and she and her husband have amazing health testimonies. Ask whoever invited you to share their testimony with you. And Sydney is brand new to our team. I haven't even met her yet. I think she's been in like less than 5 months and just earned the trip to Greece. I know nothing about Sydney. I don't know what she did, what she does. I don't know. I'll meet her in Greece. But that's how quickly this can travel and spread. Andrea lives a couple miles from me. I did not meet her until I told someone who told her. She travels in her car over 12 hours a day as an occupational therapist into people's houses. She was in another company like this, did not have the support that she has here, and is raving about how she's doing this to change her future life so she's not trading her hours for dollars and missing out on her child's life. And then John and Adam and Shelby. John Adam is a farmer owns a trucking company and have earned every trip that we offer. They saw this as another way to create income, and Shelby's health story is tremendous. Our next trip was just announced today. We're going to Switzerland next year. So if you're watching this presentation, you should be able to go with us. There's no reason why you can't. But if you do not make a change, nothing will change. I'm staying on for a little bit to answer questions. I'm going live every single day, except for 4th of July, between now and July 13th. So if you want somebody that you love to take a look at this, Sunday night at 8 o'clock, Monday night at 8 o'clock, Tuesday's 4th of July, Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, Thursday night at 8 o'clock, Friday at noon. Invite them. Jump on board with your husband. But right now, stay on and get your questions answered, you guys. I'm staying live for just a minute. There's a lot of you on here. I'm not going to be able to screen all of this places we're streaming to, but if you're on the Zoom, I can answer your questions. Just type it in there at the bottom. I'm going to stop the recording. So if you're watching the recording, get back to the person who invited you guys. Like, get back to them and let them know what your thoughts are. Okay. Don't go into the witness protection program. That's not nice. Just let them know where you're at. If it's not for you. It's not for you. It's totally fine. We're not going to chase you down. Have people that I know in my life who do that, and it's annoying. So we don't do that here. Okay, questions.